Hey, this is something dark side, and I'm going to go through today how to win a ship's arena battle when you have the much slower team. In the early battle, first thing you want to do is make sure you get the Millennium Falcon's reverse taunt up. That way you can make sure that he stays healthy. If he stays in the battle, you're going to take the win. The next thing you want to do is make sure you get Houndstooth's taunt up. I try to target the toon with the lowest tenacity to make sure that they can place breach on the field. If you can't, as long as he gets the taunt early on, you're going to be okay. You can see their Houndstooth isn't able to get the taunt up early, so this is actually going to make this a pretty easy victory for me. I take out the bigs, I'm able to call in my reinforcement, and the most important thing is you want to get rid of their Millennium Falcon as early as possible. If their Millennium Falcon is out, they don't have the DPS to win. So I call in Cassian. A lot of people disagree with that, but it's allowing me to take out their Millennium Falcon in one hit. Once that's done, the battle's over. They don't have the DPS across the rest of their team to win this match. So we can watch the rest of this battle. You'll see it goes pretty smoothly once their Millennium Falcon is out, and you could pretty much put it on auto at this point. The last thing I do, make sure I do, makes it a little bit easier taking out their Houndstooth, is I do use my wedge quite a bit. When he comes in, he actually puts buff immunity on Bossk, which prevents him from gaining the bonus protection. He goes down a lot quicker once you've placed that. So anytime you've got it down to just Bossk, which will happen frequently with his attack strategy, you want to make sure that you bring in your wedge so that he goes down quicker. One thing I do want to call out while we finish this battle out is when you call in that first reinforcement, I always do a check to see if there's breach on the field. If there is a breach on one of my ships, instead of calling in Cassian, I will still call in the Phantom. Knowing that I'll be able to bring in Cassian's ship next. I have a lower win percentage in those battles though, because, and you'll see this a little bit later in the video, because I can't always take out their Falcon in one hit. If you call in the Phantom first, and then Cassian's ship second, you'll notice that their Millennium Falcon will be able to rebuild health before you can kill him. Okay, we're going to go into the second battle here. Again, we're going to follow the same attack strategy as we did last time. We're going to make sure that Han gets his reverse taunt off as early as possible, as well as getting Bossk's taunt up. You can see they put in some pretty good work on Bossk. You can see he's already lost quite a bit of protection. That's a result of their Millennium Falcon just doing work on him. I'm going to make sure that I get his protection up as quickly as possible, my Bossk that is, just to make sure that he can survive a little bit longer. And you can see he's pretty much on his last legs. If I hadn't have done that heal, he wouldn't still be on the field. Now I do take a second here as I'm calling in the reinforcement, just to make sure that there's no breach on the field. As long as there's no breach, you can call in Cassian and the taunt will not stick on the enemy Houndstooth. You can see it was pretty easy taking out their Millennium Falcon, which is exactly what we want. From here, again, they just don't have the DPS to take us down. I am in a bit of a precarious situation with my Bossk being such low health. They might be able to take him out in this battle, but as long as I still have the bigs around, I should be okay. I'm even brave enough here just to put up the taunt on Bossk again, figuring that his protection recovery will be enough to keep him alive. You'll see they are able to take him out, but at this point, we're far enough ahead in the battle, even though they have more ships, that we'll still be able to finish this battle out. Now that their bigs is out of the battle, things get a lot easier. We do have to deal with the fact that We can only hit Bossk right now, but he goes down pretty quickly thanks to the Falcon. And from here, we're just going to finish off the rest of the crew. You could put it on auto. I play through this, and I did bring in Wedge just for a little bit more DPS. You could bring in either ship at that point. It wouldn't have mattered. But I just like how much damage Wedge does off the bat. All right, and this is the last battle I'm going to showcase, and it's by far the most precarious. They put me in some pretty dire straits in this battle early on, and it takes just about everything I have to fight back. However, it does show, kind of the thought process in what goes into that first reinforcement call. So you'll see they were able to breach my Houndstooth. I'm immediately going to cleanse that just to make sure that it's not on the field. And you'll see they're able to take out my bigs pretty quickly. I did take a split second just to make sure that, again, there's no breach on any of my ships. Their Falcon is actually able to survive that first hit. And this showcases why I call in Cassian's ship first. If that had happened after I'd called in the Phantom first, and I called in Cassian second, I would not have had an extra attack to be able to go after their Falcon. His reverse taunt would have been off of cooldown, and he would have been able to rebuild his health. Considering how low my ships are right now, already being down my bigs, it would have been a pretty tough battle to come back in. But now, thanks to being able to get rid of their Falcon, I'm in the driver's seat, and this is going to be a win. For the next reinforcement call, usually I would call in Wedge, but because I've already lost a ship, I only call in Wedge if he's going to be my 5th ship. I want to make sure that I save that last spot for Wedge so that I can get rid of their Houndstooth. When you're down to 3 ships and you're calling in the 4th, it's actually more important to make sure that you call in the Phantom first. That way you can call in another ship immediately following. And now that all the tanks are off the field, you'll see this battle gets pretty easy. Again, early on, this did not look like it was going to be a win, but with being able to get their Millennium Falcon out early, even though I was shorthanded on ships and they had me outnumbered, it just shows the power of the Falcon. As long as you keep your Falcon alive and you can take theirs out, you're going to win 99 times out of 100.